Welcome. Today is Sunday, October 13th. This is your community briefing for the day. My name is Stacy Wood. I'm a communications manager and public information officer for Buncombe County government. Today we have several speakers. First, Avril Pender, Buncombe County manager, Philip Harden, Buncombe County Economic Services Director, and Katie Cornell, Executive Director of Arts AVL. The City of Asheville is also here with us to answer any questions that you might have for them. At this point, we will turn things over to County Manager Avril Pender.
Thanks, Stacey. Good morning. For me, a Sunday morning typically involves reflection and gratefulness for our many blessings. Our community has been through an incredibly devastating event, and I would like to take a moment of silence on this Sunday morning to acknowledge the tremendous impact to our community, the loss of friends and families, and even the loss of a basic sense of security for so many. This morning, I also want to think about the path forward and how we unite and move forward with strength drawn from each other and from our beautiful community. I'm filled with hope and gratitude for each of you working to build a future full of promise. Thank you to the residents of Buncombe County for their patience and determination to push forward during this most difficult times. I'm thankful to our water and power restoration crews who have worked endlessly to restore a sense of normalcy by providing running water and electricity. I'm also grateful for our partner agencies, our county staff, working tirelessly to restore our county, and volunteers who are helping in so many ways. We are grateful and thank you. You are a part of our one Buncombe family. We have some updates for trash and recycling pickup. Vasepro will resume recycling on Monday, October 14th. The City of Asheville is also resuming trash and recycling on Monday. Tomorrow, Vasepro will run normal routes for household trash and recycling at accessible locations in Leicester. Please place both your trash and recycling bins out. A trash truck would also be available for residents whose routes are not accessible on Monday. The Vasepro truck will be at Leicester Elementary School at 31 Gilbert Road from 8 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. This is for bag trash only and not for storm debris. The landfill at 85 Panther Branch Road in Alexandra is open Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. The transfer station at Harmony Creek is open from 8 a.m. to 4:30 Monday through Friday for household bag trash only. Again, the landfill is open Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. The transfer station at Harmony Creek is open from 8 a.m. to 4:30 Monday through Friday. The transfer station, once again, is only for household bag trash. We want to remind you of important fire safety guidelines to prevent out-of-control outdoor fires. The governor has relaxed burning restrictions. This allows for burning of any combustible wood and storm debris. We are experiencing very dry and low humidity conditions. The circumstances we are in are unprecedented, and our goal is to protect you, protect our fire personnel, and preserve your property. When burning, follow these practices. Burn your debris in manageable amounts. This should be less than 6 feet in diameter and 4 feet in height. Clear any area of less than 15 feet around burn piles of combustible ground debris and vegetation. Keep piles 25 feet from any structure and sections where your yard meets forests. Have a means of extinguishment, water supply if it's available, shovel or digging device, or fire extinguisher. If you live near a stream, creek, or pond, collect water in buckets for your burn piles. If your fire does become out of control, please call 911. Do not call 911 with smoke complaints about your neighbor's fires. Our donation center at 6 Commerce Way in Arden is full, and we will not be able to accept donations today, Monday, or Tuesday. This pause will allow us to distribute these supplies out to the community. We recommend taking donations to ABCCM, Bounty and Soul, or Beloved in the interim. The City of Asheville donation sites at Harris Cherokee Center and in West Asheville at 1298 Patton Avenue are not currently taking clothing. The City of Asheville recommends clothing donations go to Goodwill sites that are providing vouchers for those in need for clothes. As of this morning, there are 11,832 Duke customers without power. We will be joined by Duke representatives on Tuesday for the community briefing. For FEMA assistance, you can visit the Disaster Recovery Center located at AC Reynolds High School, 1 Rocket Drive. As a reminder, if you've been denied assistance by FEMA, we encourage you to appeal that decision by calling 1-800-621-3362, 1-800-621-3362, or online at disasterassistance.gov. As the weather turns cold, we have space available at all of our shelters. AB Tech Conference Center, 16 Fernandhurst Drive in Asheville. Medical emergency shelters for individuals dependent on medical equipment at 10 Genevieve Circle on the AB Tech campus. The former Gold's Gym, now Navant Health, at 1850 Hendersonville Road. That's a family-friendly center. And WNC Ag Center, 1301 Fannin Bridge Road in Fletcher. That is a pet-friendly shelter. We are continuing food and water distribution at AC Reynolds High School, Asheville Middle School, Big Ivy Community Center, Buncombe County Sports Park Complex, Black Mountain Ingalls, that's the one in Fairview Elementary School, Swananoa Ingalls, Lester Elementary School, Linwood Crump Shiloh Community Center, Lucy Herron Elementary School, North Vineyard Ridge Intermediate School, Pat Square Park, Oakley Elementary, and William Estes Elementary. If you need a replacement driver's license, you can order a replacement driver's license or ID card online at ncdot.gov or at any NCDMV driver license office. An update from our court partners for the week of October 14th. The Buncombe County Courthouse will be open from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. following Hurricane Helene. All bathrooms are located outside the front of the courthouse via portable toilets. All jurors are excused through the end of the month. If you're represented by an attorney, please contact your attorney for information. District and superior courts are also open, but please note that many cases will be continued. Priority will be given to in-custody cases and first appearances. For details on your criminal case, contact the district attorney's office at 828-259-3410. 828-259-3410. Or you can also call 828-259-3400. 828-259-3400 for more information. For civil superior cases, all trials scheduled in October will be continued. Trials will resume November 1st. Hearings on motions will be conducted via WebEx until further notice, unless specific arrangements are made with the trial court coordinator for an in-person hearing. For parties to civil cases that have limited or no access to the internet, a space will be made available at the courthouse with a computer connection to conduct remote hearings via WebEx. For questions regarding these or other issues, please contact trial court coordinator John Rogers at john.d.rogers@nccourts.org. That is john.d.rogers D as in David, .Rogers@nccourts.org, or you can call 828-259-6479. Reminder, although the courts are open, they are encouraging you all to avoid coming in person, if possible. Electronic filing is available at nccourts.gov on the e-courts for your convenience. Filing has been extended to October 28th. Now we'll hear from Philip Harding, Buncombe County Economic Services Director.
Good morning. As Avril mentioned, I am the Economic Services Director for Buncombe County Health and Human Services. I was asked this morning to talk about some of the major programs that we administer. I'll be talking about SNAP benefits, which would be a lot of people still call food stamps, the WIC program, Women's Infant and Children program, and just quickly about Medicaid. I want to start by saying that we're still operating under emergency closure in the county. So our building at 40 Cox Avenue is still closed. Does not mean that people cannot access our services. People can still apply online for our major programs, which would be SNAP, Medicaid, the energy program, or the Work First program. And you can do so at epass, epass.nc.gov. And you can apply for those major programs there. You can still drop off applications at our building. And we have paper applications available at the building also. There are fillable applications on the State Division of Social Services website or on the Buncombe County website. You can email those fillable applications to us at dssmail@buncombecounty.org. Or our call center is now operating on a limited basis as we have staff becoming available to work that call center, which is our main call center line is 250-5500. First, I want to talk about SNAP, or food assistance, or food stamps. The state is in the process or has completed some waivers to the United States Department of Agriculture. And I want to talk about what's been approved so far. And these were approved for the 25 western counties in the state. A hot food waiver has been approved. That means that you can use your EBT benefits at retailers who accept EBT benefits and also serve hot food. A timely reporting waiver was approved. Generally, people only have 10 days to report changes in their situation. That waiver allows people up to 90 days to report any changes. And the biggest waiver approved so far has been the mass replacement waiver. And what that means basically is that anyone who's on food assistance right now had 70% of their September benefits loaded back onto their EBT card. That was for anybody who was currently receiving EBT. And that will change, and I'll elaborate on that in a minute. And then for those folks who have possibly lost an EBT card or need a new EBT card, the easiest way to do that is to call the state EBT call center. And that number is 866 719-0141. There are still outstanding waivers that have not been approved by USDA yet. I'll mention one, a recertification waiver. The state has asked for people who are on SNAP benefits right now to not have to do any recertifications of their cases for the next 3 months, but that waiver has not been approved yet. And the biggest waiver that's not been approved is DSNAP, or Disaster SNAP Program. As of this morning, that has not been approved. It's been submitted to USDA. What DSNAP is a 1 month allotment to households who qualify. And the policies, procedures, and regulations for that program are much different than regular SNAP benefits. Many more people would qualify for that program than would qualify for just regular SNAP benefits. We have a tentative date to start that program of October the 18th. I don't know that that will be the case yet. We hope so. We're still waiting for USDA to approve the waiver and that date. The one thing different about DSNAP this go around that's not happened in the past is the state is standing up a call center for people to be able to apply for DSNAP over the telephone. And that's not been done in the state of North Carolina in previous disasters. But that would truly be a benefit for a lot of our residents. The other thing I'll mention real quickly is Medicaid. A lot of flexibilities have been issued around people who are receiving Medicaid right now. The certification process has been paused, meaning that people don't have to recertify their Medicaid cases right now. They will continue to receive their benefits. And then there were a lot of flexibilities around providers who provide Medicaid services, such as things like being able to provide more than 1 month worth of prescriptions or filling prescriptions earlier. And so those are all listed on the state DHHS website. And as far as WIC goes, WIC is still operating under emergency closure also. But what will happen will be people who are receiving WIC benefits will continue to receive their benefits during this closure period without them having to do anything. There's no recertifications or such for WIC. People just will continue to receive their benefits. There's not a way to apply for WIC online. You can fill out an inquiry form on the Buncombe County website, or state website for WIC. Still have to schedule an interview for WIC, and as of during the emergency closure period, then those interviews are not being scheduled. But people can apply for WIC in surrounding counties that are open. And that's really all I had. If there's questions or not.
Hi all. I'm having trouble hearing. I can't hear what's being said at the podium. No.
It's black magic.
Now I can hear you.
Yeah.
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay, we can hear you as well. Thanks for your patience, folks. All right, Katie, we'll open it up to you. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. So good morning. I'm Katie Cornell, Executive Director of Arts AVL, formerly Asheville Area Arts Council. Arts AVL is a designated arts agency for Buncombe County, directly serving artists and arts organizations in Buncombe County. I also serve as the Vice President of WNC Arts, also called the Western Arts Agencies of North Carolina, and Board Chair of Arts North Carolina, our statewide arts advocacy organization. First, I want to express my gratitude to the county, city, and the many first responders aiding in the immediate relief effort. We each have our distinct roles to play in these immediate relief efforts and in the long-term recovery of our community. The mission of Arts AVL is to keep the arts at the heart of our community, and we're working diligently to support and hopefully retain the arts community both locally and regionally. Our River Arts District is making all the national headlines, and rightly so. The loss is devastating. An estimated 80% of the district is destroyed. For perspective, the River Arts District included 26 warehouses and was home to 300 artists. This is not the only damage. We lost Salvage Station, Highwater Clays, Southern Highland Craft Guild, Flood Gallery, and so on. This is just in our county. According to a recent study by Americans for the Arts, Buncombe County, North Carolina, was home to 483 establishments in the arts and culture sector during 2022 and ranked #1 out of all 100 North Carolina counties for arts and culture establishments per 10,000 residents. By the same measure, Buncombe County ranked 47th out of all 3,144 U.S. counties. Our arts are a large and important part of our community. Arts AVL immediately launched a page with support resources on Thursday, September 26, as the storm was hitting, because we knew we were going to need it. The page is updated daily. Go to artsavl.org/aid to learn more. On Wednesday, October 2nd, Arts AVL launched a WNC Creative Needs Assessment Survey. As of yesterday morning, we had received 372 submissions from 17 out of 25 impacted counties. By far, the most pressing need is for immediate funding to help pay for living expenses and bills due to total loss of income. The vast majority of our arts organizations are currently closed, and most of our arts professionals are out of work. October is a pivotal month for artists in the Asheville area. Sales made this month alone help many creatives make it through to February. It's crucial that we get our artists back to work as soon as possible, or we will lose them. This week, we are part of two exciting announcements. First, Explore Asheville, along with several other partners like Arts AVL, launched a new Love Asheville from Afar initiative to encourage a national audience to support local small businesses and makers. This page gathers shop links and direct donation platforms for Buncombe County businesses impacted by Hurricane Helene. You can find more information about this effort and view the page at loveashevillefromafar.com. Secondly, we are launching a new Arts AVL emergency relief grant tomorrow, Monday, October 14th. The grant provides $500 relief stipends to arts professionals living in the 25 counties of Western North Carolina impacted by Hurricane Helene. Applicants must currently reside in one of the counties and be 18 years of age or older. Applicants must be actively working in one of the following artistic fields: craft, literary, media, performing, visual, and interdisciplinary arts. Applicants must have been substantially impacted by Hurricane Helene. The grant is intended for individual artists. Arts professionals or arts nonprofits, are not eligible for this particular opportunity. Due to the high volume of need, awardees will not be eligible to apply again for a second award until further notice. Applications for the Arts AVL Emergency Relief Grant will be reviewed on an ongoing basis and are subject to approval and available funds. Applications will be reviewed to ensure that the applicant is a verified resident of one of the North Carolina counties impacted by Hurricane Helene, has a legitimate artistic practice, and has been substantially impacted by Hurricane Helene. Grant notification timing will vary depending on the volume of applications and the time needed for review. These grants are meant to provide immediate relief, so we will process them as quickly as we can. WNC artists will be able to go to artsavl.org/aid tomorrow to view the full grant guidelines and apply. As I mentioned before, this page also includes a number of other resources for creatives, including several other relief grants. The Arts AVL Emergency Relief Grant and the Love Asheville from Afar initiative are immediate stopgap measures and a step in the right direction. But the need is great, as it is with so many sectors within our community. There are many areas along the Blue Ridge that have beautiful scenery, but our creative community is one of the things that make the Asheville area stand out from the rest. Our artists and arts organizations are a major economic driver and revitalizer, breathing life into downtown Asheville in the 80s, since the early 2000s in the River Arts District, and more recently in downtown Black Mountain. The arts also provided us all with a refuge for many during COVID, especially for our children. And now children like mine have endured another substantial tragedy. The arts can not only help us rebuild, but also provide the social, emotional support we all need to process this trauma. That is why arts and culture industries were named one of the top 5 sectors prioritized for early economic recovery investments in New Orleans after Hurricane Katrina. And the artists of Western North Carolina are already springing into action. I don't know if you've seen the videos of the Appalachian Ballad Singers coming out of Marshall or the Flood Back Love mural in the River Arts District, but these are just a couple examples. Arts AVL is working closely with the National Endowment for the Arts, Americans for the Arts, South Arts, the North Carolina Arts Council, Arts NC, WNC Arts, and many others to keep our artists here. We are going to need them. A big thanks to Buncombe County for inviting me to speak today. Again, you can find more information about the Arts AVL Emergency Relief Grant and other resources, as well as make a donation to support our relief efforts at artsavl.org/aid. Thank you.
Thank you, Katie. A couple of reminders before we transition to the question portion of the briefing. We want to remind the community that food and water distribution sites there are many in our community. These sites at AC Reynolds High School, Big Island Community Center, Buncombe County Sports Park Complex, Black Mountain Eagles, Fairview Elementary School, Swananoa Eagles, Lester Elementary School, North Windy Ridge Intermediate School, and William Estes Elementary School are open from 12 to 4. Gyms are open from 7 to 7 daily. These are located at 2319 Highway 70 in Swananoa, and also at AC Reynolds High School, 1 Rocket Drive. Community care stations are open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Hot meals are served from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. daily. With that, we will open the briefing up to questions from our media partners.
Good morning, Stacey. It's Laura Lee at Blue Ridge Public Radio. Wanted to see if there were any updates on the community care centers. You may have said that the audio went in and out, but our understanding was there was one at AC Reynolds, one at Swananoa, and an expectation that one would open at Barnardsville today. Did that one open? And are there plans for additional community care centers?
Plans for additional community care centers. The Barnardsville Community Care Station is not officially open at this time, but we are tracking that, and we'll have an update for you tomorrow on the status of that location.
So, sorry, just because Lillian referenced a soft opening before, does that mean it's open, just not announced? Or what does not officially open mean?
It's soft opening today, but officially open tomorrow.
Okay, and you said there are additional ones coming, but we don't know location or time frame yet?
We're working on it in operations. I don't have that information that's available publicly at this time.
Okay, and is that information going to be made available other than at this briefing? Or like, is there a website people can check or some kind of text messaging situation for
Yes.
people to know when there's open?
Absolutely. We are pushing all this information through buncombeready.org. We'll also include it in our follow-up press releases and any available avenue that we have, any available communication channel. And also the City of Asheville's website, all of our community partners will be pushing that information out through those channels as well.
I have an additional question, but I don't know if there's others, if there are others on the line.
I have a question. Hi, this is Wyatt Buchanan with the Citizen Times. I was wondering if you could give a number on either the number of residents or customers or some kind of figure on those who don't have water in the county.
To address your question.
Hey, so the way our distribution system is sort of broken down is North Fork serves about 80% of the system. Mills River is going to serve about 20% of the system. And we basically measure it by connections or meters, and we have about 63,000 of those connections. That's homes, businesses, industrial connections, and that translates into roughly 160,000 customers. Now, for example, just because Mill River serves 20% of the system, that doesn't precisely translate to 30 or 35,000 people being in water, or North Fork serving 80% of the system does not translate precisely into whatever 80% of 160,000. Now, I don't think it would be too inaccurate to say that system-wide, people now, this is not connections, people out of water system-wide would probably be between 90 and 100. I know that's a very long answer to a short question.
You said 90 to 100,000, is that right?
I don't think that would be too inaccurate to say. Yeah,
Okay.
It might not be exactly precise, but I don't think it would be too.
Okay. And just one follow-up. I'm wondering what's today, as we're speaking, what's the biggest challenge that y'all are facing for getting the water back on right now?
Basically, it's the turbid water of treatment facilities, it's the distribution system that was heavily damaged. And so we have two enormous challenges that we have to solve pretty much all at the same.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. That was Clay Chandler. He is the PIO for the City of Asheville's Water Resources Department, for those of you who don't know Clay. Next question. We have a question from Brian. Chat. Do you have an update on missing person center to open tomorrow? Do you have updated numbers on unaccounted missing in Buncombe County? We will provide that information tomorrow morning. We would refer you to the office of the medical examiner for updated tomorrow in town. We have another question for chat from Jose Sandoval. Can you talk about which specific bus routes can take people to the different distribution sites? Well, I would refer you to the City of Asheville's website to learn more about the ART routes that are applicable at this time. Do not have specific information on which route will take you to a specific location. Sorry, Ms. May.
But Stacy, we're to understand that there are public bus routes that will take people to distribution sites.
Yes, it's my understanding that they have to specifically design these sites to be in line with mass transit. Deborah Campbell, Asheville City Manager, is on her way to address the question.
Good morning again, Deborah Campbell, City of Asheville City Manager. I don't know if I can add a lot more than what Stacy said, but essentially we will be returning back to normal service Monday, October 14th, and we will be operational until about 7 o'clock, which coincides with water distribution, I believe, service hours. And for the most part, as you heard Stacy say, the sites were coordinated with our public transit routes. So there should be an opportunity for someone to utilize public transit in order to access those water distribution sites. Also want to add, there's just not water, there are also opportunities to get food at those sites as well.
Provide additional information on transportation opportunities to each of the sites tomorrow. Thank you for that question. There are other questions?
Laura Lee again at BPR. Have we heard anything from any of the mobile providers? I know you all were inviting some of them, AT&T, Verizon, and or Spectrum to come to these briefings. Have they offered any update or indicated that they'll provide any additional information?
At this time, no. Able to formally invite them to one of these briefings at this time, but we are working to bring them here.
One last question. It's probably for County Manager Pender in terms of the courts system. Is the resuming of those court services, people are asking, does that involve eviction proceedings? Are there any provisions being made for people who might be facing eviction given the current hardships?
Thank you for the question.
Evictions would be coming from the state level, so we are working with our legislators to see if we can do something with evictions. But that is not something that will be control at this time.
Yeah, thanks to all the partners who are here to provide additional information. We will wrap this community briefing up for the day. Thanks so much for joining us. Be sure to sign up for our text messaging alert system by texting BC Alert to 99411. Or you can visit buncombeready.org for more information on how to do that. Tomorrow we will be joined by the city of Asheville again for another update on water restoration efforts. Thank you.